Hello and welcome to Teamster Thursday here at Team 17's live stream. We do this each and every week. I'm Danny. I'm not the usual person that you might be used to seeing. Jonno is in LA for E3, and I'm manning the fort back in Team 17 HQ. Just need to put my teeth in so I can talk properly. Yeah, I'm super excited to be back on a live stream. It's been a little while since I've done one. I think I've appeared a couple times when we've done some multiplayer live streams, but today we're going to be live streaming Worms W.M.D. Let us see who we've got in the chat. Right, so already we've got a few people. We've got Vermicast TV, we've got Karate Cot, I think that's how you say it. We've got just an ordinary fellow who says, Danny 111. Hey, how are you all doing? Let me know in the chat what you've been up to, how you doing. I'm pretty excited because it's E3 this week, and E3 is basically my favourite time of the year. It's time when I don't get very much sleep, but it is probably the most fun time of the year. Lots of good news. We have Lilliport in the chat. We have, I can never pronounce this name, Daifo VH. Do let me know how the stream is going, if the volume is okay and all of that good stuff. But without further ado, we shall jump straight into Worms W.M.D. So I'm playing a special E3 build which has some new content that you haven't seen before. We've recently announced crafting is in the game. Now crafting kind of, well, it's a massive game changer. So in between your turns, you can actually craft new weapons from ingredients that you're collecting around the map. So is the stream, so Karate Cot says I'm having some lags. Hopefully it's alright. Vermicast TV says stream seems spot on at the moment. I also saw an earlier question from you, Vermicast TV, about the colours for the teams, so I will quickly check that out because off the top of my head I don't actually know. So let's get back into the game. Right, let's pick up the controller. But like I said, let me know how the stream's going, if the quality is okay, and if you can hear me or if I'm too loud, which is normally the problem. Right, so let's pop into multiplayer quickly and check out the colour situation. So we have blue, red, green, purple, yellow, and turquoise. So quite a few colours. I think what we're going to start off doing is just some of the early missions in the game. You can see I've actually played through these already. But we're going to start off with Church and Destroy. These guys are intent on destroying our sacred establishment. We can't let that happen. Where else are we going to find enlightenment, solitude, and a nice cold drink? Oh, we should probably protect the church too. So you can see the pub, the sheep, and the worm in there. So we're going to jump straight into the game. But like I said, let me know how you guys are doing, what you've been up to. I mean, this is E3 week, and I'm sure there's plenty of gamers who have been following the coverage, all the press conferences. Like I said, it's my favourite time of the year.
Follow me, Ma.
So I'm Tatman here. So if I open up my weapon select menu, what you won't have seen before in these live streams is this little part that says crafting. So using the right bumper, I'm going to go across, and you can see that if I had the materials, I could actually start crafting some of these weapons. I'm not going to give away all of them, so I'm going to kind of avoid being there for too long, although I'm sure people can pull apart the footage after the stream. Hey, Mr. Gaming 1365, thank you for joining us. I always do enjoy these live streams, and I will definitely try and be on them a little bit more. Right, we're going to start off. Actually, there's a beautiful opportunity over here for some nice destruction. Oh, I've just done what I always tend to do. So I've been playing a different version of this where it's the the alternate
That's
control
just
scheme.
for
So I've
starters.
literally just shot a bazooka straight at my feet. This has not been the best start to the stream.
No!
And just in case you missed my massive mistake, the replay is showing it to you again.
Oh,
Wow. That wasn't
that's just
quite
for
what I was planning on
starters.
doing. Worms W.M.D is PC2, right? Yes, Worms W.M.D is coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. We haven't got a release date to announce just yet, but we should hopefully have some news on that very soon.
There were fewer weapons to pick from.
I feel really bad because I get asked that question on a daily basis, and I really wish I could just
Ready for
say,
action.
yes, it's coming out today or tomorrow, but unfortunately, I can't confirm anything at the moment. Oh. Nan is not looking too good there.
What's your name again?
Right, just gone over the lip.
Go on, quick.
There we go. And then get out of the way.
Wouldn't hurt a frail old woman, would you?
That was good enough. Nan leaves the party early. Lilliport says, this game looks so good, I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to be playing this game. I'm so excited.
When the going gets tough, hey? Follow me, Ma.
Right, what's going on here? So,
This seems like
for
a
those
plan
of you who
to
haven't been
me.
keeping track of Worms W.M.D, one of the new features is buildings. And this is the first time they've been in a game, in a Worms game. So, if you were playing online against, your friends, you could go inside a
seems
building,
like
and
a
obviously
grand
on your
castle to
screen
me.
you will see the inside of the building. You can find out, all the little places to hide and get a bit more defense. But on their screen, they'll just see your worm go in the building, and then they can't see anything. So it's a nice new technique, adds a nice layer of strategy. Karate Cop, why is the red team such cowards? I think because this is the first mission that you play, we've kind of made it so they're not too
Watch
mean.
this, laddie.
There we go. Lots of fire. Oh, and a mine just fell on Norman. That'll finish Norman off, unfortunately. Sorry, Norman.
Backstabber. Oh, not my
But there are
weapons,
different
eh?
levels of enemy AI. So if you're feeling particularly brave, you can ramp it up and see them perform some pretty spectacular shots. Though I think most of you will probably end up playing Worms against your friends because, or at least for me, Worms is all about those moments with your friends when they do something unbelievable, or you turn it around, or you manage to absolutely destroy them.
Is it my turn?
Hey, I want to say that's Mayo 2002 or Mao 2002. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, mummy's boy.
Skipping the go again, bingo.
Yes, sir.
And of course, when the game does launch, we will indeed be playing some live streams with you all. Hey, Noodle Mouse. And Cod's Pulp. How are you doing? Oh, Fersen is in the chat as well. Good to have you back here, Fersen.
Oh, what you doing?
Right, let's go for a throw. This is probably going to be a bit
Stick this on your
rubbish, but...
kilt.
Oh, yeah, overshot it completely. Hopefully the barrel will blow up. Yeah, there we go. And that mine just was flinging around.
What happened to caring for the elderly?
Just an ordinary fella. It would be really cool to play with two AIs with a friend
I've
online.
waited 84
That is
years
actually
for
something that I've been
weapon.
seeing recently in the Worms W.M.D Steam forums, which are open already, and it's the best place to come and chat to us. I'm in there every day, so come say hello. It's not something that we're going to have in there for launch, but if we do see a lot of people requesting it, then it's something that we're going to work into, or at least we'll look into working into post-launch, because we're not just putting out this game and then leaving it. We're going to work on new content for it and react to the players. I think one of the things I enjoy the most about being a community manager is seeing all the stuff that the community does that we never even planned. Like, I don't think rope racing was ever worked into the original Worms. You know, obviously they worked out that the rope would be a really useful, you know, utility, but
I've spilt my cup of tea all over.
that's something the community saw the potential in and just went with. One thing I like about the replay mode in this is that you can just you can move the camera separate to what you actually, you know, what your shot was. So if you kind of miss what actually happened, refocus the camera, zoom it in, zoom it out. On Amazon Germany, the release date is 28th of August. Is this correct? No, we've already had. Well, I can't even count the amount of times where shops say that our game is going to be £60 and it's coming out 2018 or something like that. It's unfortunately we can't really trust it, but when we have something to say about the release date, you guys will be the first to know. So I passed the campaign mission. This is the first mission where the main objective was to defeat all the enemy worms, and then there's some sub-objectives. So keep all your worms alive, finish the mission with all your worms inside a building, kill 3 or more enemy worms in a single turn. Hey AstroCat17, good to have you in the stream. HammerFan0 says, I see a sheep launcher. Red Team gone. Are we demoing crafting today? Yes, we will be having some crafting going on. So, let's go for building for protection. Objectives, defend the vital friendly worm and defeat all of the enemy worms. We've located the whereabouts of Private Tatman, and it's up to you to keep him alive. Step up to it, soldier. Well, crawl to it, or whatever it is that you worms do. Let's jump into it. I think we should have some extra materials in this mission so that we can start crafting. And like I said, these are just literally the super early missions. And believe me, it does get harder. So here we are in kind of a post-apocalyptic America from the looks of it. We've got Tatman up there. And Ted Manwalkin is just... he wants to be shot off. There we go. Oops. Sorry, Norman. I feel Norman is always getting caught in the crossfire.
That's just for starters. Backstabber.
Noob Stromo is saying that there's something wrong with the stream. Hopefully it's alright. Keep me up to date and I will kind of try and adjust or fix things as we go. What shall I do now? So let's go into the crafting menu. Don't have any ingredients at the moment. I'm kind of going through this super quickly so that I don't spoil any other weapons. We're kind of, I know we're teasing you a little bit. So this is another new feature of Worms W.M.D, a mounted gun. Although I don't think it's letting me on it for some reason. I think the game... we've encountered a little bug from the looks of it. Like I said, this game is still in development. This is not the final product, so we might come across some little bugs whilst we're having our stream. So it seems like the stream is working good for most of you. Sorry for the ones that it's not working perfectly.
Quick, laddie.
Right. Oh, I haven't been keeping track of the time. Okay, but I'm in cover. I'm in safety. Aha, a poster. I wonder what a poster could be. Ah, yes. Vermicast just pointed out something that I should have known. It's because I used the shotgun already. I was having a very dumb moment. Excuse me.
Hiya.
Right. Norman's up.
This seems like a grand castle to me.
Let's see what Norman should do. Yeah, let's go for the mounted gun. Little backflip. By the way, let me know in the chat what games you've been playing recently. Like I said, this is E3 week. It's the time to celebrate being a gamer. Oh wow, that's just perfect. Gymnastics, bartender, and building. I think they're going down. If that fire spreads, there we go. I've actually been playing Dark Souls 3 at the moment. I think I'm about halfway through it from talking to people around the office. And I'm enjoying that very much. I think I still prefer Bloodborne, but Dark Souls 3 is very cool indeed. So like I said, let me know in the chat what you are playing. Building joins the queue outside the pearly gates. So we've got quarterback here. Bagel, bartender still alive. Chance the Stallion is in the chat, and they've been playing Overwatch and Worms Wars. Yeah, there's a couple of people playing Overwatch in the chat. Is this something that I should be playing? I hear so many people talk about it, but I haven't gotten into it yet. I've got a feeling it would probably be a game that I'd like quite a lot.
This seems like a grand castle to me.
Oh, that was quite a big fault.
This seems like a grand castle to me. Hey there.
We've got Hearthstone and Worms Armageddon from Imiji Tuwari. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry if I'm butchering it, like I probably am. There we go. Aha, I've just picked up an airstrike. Let's use that. Yeah, I can get them. I do love that. That aeroplane is just amazing. Just an ordinary fella says, if you're decent at FPS, then you should probably play Overwatch. I'm okay. I think I'm alright. I'm not like MLG, Uber, Super Twitch based FPS shooter, but I think I'm pretty respectable with it. Noodle Mouse is playing The Witcher 3 right now. Amazing game. D4 Cron is in the chat and they're playing NBA Jam. NBA Jam. Is that quite an old NBA game? Because I'm sure I played NBA Jam. I know an NBA game has recently come out as the PlayStation Plus game. I'm excited to get into that.
Lock and load.
Actually, let's use the mounted machine gun. That was kind of a little bit rubbish in that I didn't actually hit him all that many times. AstroCat17, I've been playing a lot of Worms Ultimate Mayhem lately. I like it because it reminds me of the first ever Worms game I played, which was Worms 3D. I think the first Worms game I ever played was probably Worms World Party, which is still like my favourite. Although this one is slowly beating it out of first place for me. Red Team gone, Rocket League, that is all. I play Rocket League with my friend every Sunday. I love that game, it's perfect. And it's very relevant to this game because we have the Worms W.M.D content in Rocket League. I don't know if you have seen it, but you can have a Worms W.M.D flag. There's, I think, a grenade antenna, and there's a topper for the car, which is a worm, which looks like he's kind of in it like a tank almost. Like it's got this little kind of lid that pops open and the worm's there, which is just awesome. I love it. In fact, we did a Rocket League live stream a few weeks ago. Karate Cop, Ultimate Mayhem, you say, AstroCat. I have that too. You guys should link up. Send each other a message or something so you can get some games playing. Vermicast, is there going to be a Danny voice pack? Unfortunately not, if you're referring to me. I'm nowhere near important enough to have my own voice pack. I'm getting there though. One day maybe. If we start a movement. Lobo says... oh no, is that Lobo? I think it's Lobo. Says, that worm topper is great.
Don't he do that?
Thanks, dude. First, I played World Party until
Yes,
I realised Armageddon was more sophisticated. I do agree it probably is more sophisticated. It's still... I think it's just... World Party is a special place in my heart. I think just from the memories of playing it with my friends. Let's try a cluster bomb. Like I said, we will be showing some crafting very shortly.
Like a keyboard with more boom.
Oh, that was rubbish. Rubbish.
I said prepare to mount. Hut.
Worms 2 was my first, but played Worms Armageddon for 10 years. And VG Pod 36 is in the chat. Thank you for joining us. And says, Worms Armageddon was my first Worms game. Still have the original CD. Still my favourite game of all time.
Aye.
Thanks very much for the kind words.
Shoot it like you mean it.
I gotta admit, I do feel lucky being a community manager for Worms, because the community for Worms
You better learn to use that
is
rifle.
just amazing. Like, first of all, super smart.
Ready for
Knows
action.
so much. Like, it's ridiculous. I've learnt so much from being the community manager here, and I'm still not kind of an expert player, as you're probably seeing like this set. But yeah, I'm learning. Because like I said, I'm in the forums every single day, so I get to talk to a lot of cool guys. Worms gotta make sure to do right by you. And I think with this game we are. just an ordinary fellow says, GameStop pre-order bonus. Danny voice pack. Incoming! That was rubbish, wasn't it? Person, who's the composer for WMD? The composer, to my knowledge, and I'll have to check this for you, is a guy called Ollie Wood, who works at Team 17. He's done music for The Escapists. What else has he done? Basically, a lot of the Team 17 games that have come out in the last few years, Ollie is the mastermind behind the music. He is such a talented dude. And really nice guy as well. Lilliport, can you talk about other vehicles besides the tank and the chopper? Unfortunately, Lilliport, I can't. I really wish I could. I really wish I could. And it won't be long till I can. Because, well, are there castle v castles or something like this in this game, like Worms Battlegrounds? Well, let's see if we can get one going. So, I'm going to jump into a multiplayer game now, but I'm just going to fight against the AI. Because obviously the game isn't out. So you can see, if we go to the left here, the different themes. So we've got rainforest, we have downtown, frontier, motherland, countryside, and orient. Some of them, I think you'll definitely guess what they're kind of based on. Countryside, for instance, is definitely Yorkshire, England. Yorkshire, England, which is where Team 17 is based. In this game, is there a flamethrower? Yes, there is. A mounted turret flamethrower. So you walk up to it and it shoots out napalm, and we'll definitely be showing that. VG Pod 36, playing Worms since 1999 and being part of many game communities since then. The Worms community has always been one of the best parts of it. I completely agree. F Bastion is in the chat. You know, I've just remembered there is a mission I definitely wanted to do. Let's see if it is in here or not. Yeah, let's do Creme de la Kremlin. I didn't read the description. Now look at how good that looks. I mean, I know I'm biased because obviously I work for Team 17, but I'm not at all related to the art or anything like that. So I think I can still be pretty objective and say that the art team have done an amazing job with this game. Aha, so you might have just seen I picked up some ingredients. Now, off the top of my head, the ingredients are... In fact, I can check.
Oh, what you doing?
So, the ingredients are Boggy's Special Sauce, Sticky Donkey Paste, Banana Bomb Seeds, and Tears of a Worm. I'm not going to go into what any alternate meanings could be. I'm just going to leave that out there for interpretation. Astrocat, Danny equals best voice actor. Thank you very much. That's far too kind. So I've picked up some ingredients. So this is how the crafting works. You can do it on your go, or you can do it in between turns. I'm going to do it in between turns. First of all, I'm just going to pick up a shotgun and blast off such a rip-off. Again, puns returning with full force. There we go. Onto the mine. Perfect.
That's just for starters.
Right, so now, whilst it's the enemy's turn, which it's about to be, I'm going to pop across the crafting menu and make a training shotgun. So you can see just at the bottom of the screen, there's a little cog whirling around kind of a faded shotgun symbol. So that's kind of busy doing its thing. Now it's my go. I can go down and select the training shotgun. Sorry if I'm ignoring you guys in the chat. I will look over in 1 second after I blast. Get your rocks off. Thing is, I don't know how big the blast radius of this shotgun's going to be. Actually, so the beauty of the training shotgun is you've got this laser sight, which kind of makes it like a sniper rifle. So let's see if I can get... Actually, no, that will probably just hit the turret. So let's get Fedor Eisenpen. And there we go. I can pull it off. Right, let's go back into the chat. What have I missed? Got memories from back in the day playing Worms on PS1, trying to play a map and not understanding the map selection system. Kept going to the same scrapyard theme map. Please show Ninja Rope. Okay, I will make sure that we show the Ninja Rope on this stream, although I must say I'm not that good with the Ninja Rope. There are definitely people who are way more talented than myself. F. Bastion, please bring back the original Worm-D, where they got the TNT case, said bye-bye before pressing down the giant lever. I don't know if it's in that game. It's in this game, sorry. I don't think I'll be able to check it in this version, like this build that I'm playing right now. But there are a ton of kind of death animations. As usual, there's all the voice banks you want to pick. Unfortunately, there isn't the Danny voice back, which a couple of you have requested. Which is probably a good thing that it's not in there. But yeah, ton of voice banks. All the kind of hats and stuff that you're used to. You can select their winning animation. Well, so their gravestone, all of that fun stuff. Let's see if I can craft something interesting that I'm allowed to show you.
Oh, what are you doing?
No.
Now watch
Let's
here,
go for a
Gladys.
super banana bomb. So that will be ready on my next go. And in the meantime, I'm probably gonna mosey on over. Oh, hit a bit of terrain. Let's zoom in for a second. Person, what's the difference between the different ropes? What different ropes? No, I think I'm allowed to talk about that. If not, don't tell anyone. They basically control differently, and like different lengths that you can go as well. We'll be showing that a little bit more later, I think, on the stream. Vermicast, are you going to dye your moustache blue like Jonno's hair? No, I've always considered dyeing my beard, because for those of you who don't know, I used to have this big old beard, like, stuck out quite far, and then basically I get bored and I shave it and I have a goatee. I've been called a Viking on a couple of occasions because of my big old beard. Right, let's go for... I'm going to craft a mega bunker buster because I believe there's... Yep, there's Ivan to kill you. I just got that name. That's awesome.
Are you alright, pal?
And in the meantime, I'm going to attempt a heroic throw. I'm not going to use the airstrike like it's telling me. I'm going to try and use a super banana bomb. Probably epically fail. Oh my life, that was the best shot I have ever made. I can't believe this is captured on stream. This makes me so happy. I've actually done myself proud for once. So one of the new things about this super banana bomb, you might have seen it, is that they actually wear capes, which I think is so cool. Lobit says, I have a British clanmate come to the USA and hang out for 11 days. Not many games bring me that close to other smelly gamers. That is beautiful. I want to kill you just dropped a bunker buster on me, I think.
Ready for action.
Is there a way to let the fire burn for rounds? I don't believe so.
Oh, that was
Mega bunker
quality.
buster. I could have just used a normal bunker buster like it's telling me to, but I thought, why the hell not go big? Doesn't really get that much bigger than a mega bunker buster. So yeah, the bunker buster is great for fighting against Darksiders. For those of you who don't know, although I think most of you probably do, Darksiders are the more tactical players that kind of dig down and maybe use magnets to kind of deflect any rockets that come in. But they dig down beneath the surface and bide their time. So this can dig right through the terrain and take out those who are hiding. Jonno, who is normally on the stream, Jonno is a classic Darksider. The second we start playing, because we play this all the time in the office, but the second we start playing, he is using the blowtorch and just digging his way as deep as possible, whilst the rest of us just basically kill each other off. What else? Sir Juran, I think that's how you say it. Welcome to the chat. First of all, thank you for joining us. Can you craft a turret? No, you well, yes and no. Not the mounted weapons, but you can craft a sentry turret. A sentry gun, it might be called, which is super useful. Right, what we're going to do now is pop in and play a scheme. I'm going to try and get a cavern map up. So that we can get some roping going. That actually looks like I might be able to get some roping done in there. Although I'm going to go for another one. And we'll choose a different... So we'll go... Let's go Orient. And pick a new map. So what we're going to have for launch, we're aiming to have an image importer to make new maps. And also this feature which is in the demo that I'm playing at the moment, which is a procedural generator. Okay, it doesn't look like we've got any caverns coming up. I think that might not be in this build, but I should be able to get some roping going here. We're going to go full wormage. There's going to be a lot more options in the actual game for picking the way you want to play, but it's just not in this current build. Let's add in a couple AI teams. We're going to stick with 4 worms. And let's start. Just an ordinary fella says, can you pick caverns in the final game? Yep, you can. Seymour, rope strike better be a weapon. I hadn't even thought of rope strike as a possible weapon.
Could be great.
This is crazy. So this has got... We've already got tanks galore, helicopters galore. And like I said, you'll be able to modify so many of the settings when you create your own multiplayer game. You can turn tanks and crafting on or off. You can adjust how likely they are to appear. Oh, there's some sentry guns and mines. Zoom out a little bit. Magnets. There's so much stuff going on in this map. I don't feel safe whatsoever. Okay, yeah, shooting the helicopter like nuts. Gavin in there is not doing too well. Can you make a rope? What is it? Can you make rope sheep dropping mines? They can't drop mines, but you do have sheep on a rope in this game. Okay, that looks like it's a little bit far to fall, so let's go parachute.
Let's hope it lands north of the border.
Enter the tank. Just blow. Oh no, ooh, jumped. So yes, the tank can jump. See what I'm shooting over there. So you'll see just above this roof there's a crafting crate, and that's where you can get a lot of the ingredients. Hammerfan 0, what does OMG strike do? Wow. I'm surprised you even saw the OMG strike. Where did you see that? Has there been any consideration of a level editor for the game so the players can make levels from scratch? Would work well with the Steam Workshop. It is something that we are currently looking into. We can't necessarily guarantee it's going to be in there for launch, but we are looking into it. Let's go for a charged battery.
This is how you craft.
So the dodgy foam battery is like one of my favourite new weapons in the game. You'll see it in action shortly. I think OMG Strike was shown in the latest Teamster Tales video. You're absolutely right. Yep, I completely forgot. Yeah, so basically it's an orbital cannon. I think that's the only way I can think of describing it. And it basically wipes off a lot of stuff. A lot of the terrain. Right, flamethrower. Actually, before I finish my go, I'm going to quickly craft something. So like I said, you can craft during your go or between goes.
To cheese or not to cheese?
What have I got to craft? Let's go for a demon strike. And then I'm green, so I'm going to try.
Oh, you're looking a bit blue.
I actually have a slight suspicion that I wasn't paying attention when I started this map, and I think I have a small suspicion there's actually 2 playable characters versus an AI. So what I'm probably going to do. I'm confused. I've become confused. Moobot's in the chat. Moobot says become a Teamster and hit the follow button. And I would certainly appreciate it if you could become a Teamster and hit that follow button. I'm just going to quit out of this game because I made the mistake of having just one AI. Karate Cop, do I hear a Chinese sound bank from the Worms Reloaded and Clan Wars? I don't know if it's exactly the same sound bank, but quite possibly. I did indeed add another player. Right, let's get an AI going. I need a proper challenge. Oh. Let's add another AI. Let's go for a different map. So let's go Motherland. That map looks good to me. Right, we need to do a giveaway actually. I think we need to do a giveaway before we run out of time. So what I'm going to do is pause this very quickly. And I'm going to have a raffle in the chat. But the raffle isn't open yet, so hold your horses. Right, let's reset the old raffle. So, the raffle is open. And the raffle is for your chance to win a worm plushie. Now all you have to do, if I remember correctly, is type in !raffle. That is !raffle for your chance. Yes, I did just drop my controller. For your chance to win this Worms plushie. And we do have an extra rule. I don't know if Jonno's been following the rules, but the rule that I made before Jonno joined was that you have to name your worm before I can confirm that you are indeed the winner. So we'll randomly pick someone from the chat who has entered !raffle It's up to them to name the worm. It's got to be a good name. It's got to be a good name. And then they will earn themselves a worm. Thank you, Bastion, for saying hashtag rest in peace controller. I think it has survived though. But your thoughts were much appreciated. So we're going to get back into the game. And I'm going to play this for a little while. So it's the enemy's go. They've already got a dodgy phone battery. They're already declaring war on me. I'm going to craft a mine strike. Karate Plot, it may be hard to deliver to Poland, but let's try. We've delivered other worms plushies to Poland. If you are indeed the winner, we will deliver it to Poland. Because nothing can stand between a man and his worm. Or a woman and her worm. Jazka is in the chat. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Are the crafted modifications of the current weapons counted in the total of 80 weapons that are going to be back in the game? Yes, they are. Right. This is delicate situation. These AI could quickly destroy me if I'm not careful. I've used up a lot of my ingredients, so I don't think there's anything else I can craft. What I'm going to do is get in this helicopter, fly over here, pick up the crate to get some more ingredients. Is there anything else I want to do whilst I'm in the helicopter? So I'm blue team. Right, I'm going to demonstrate one of my favourite things to do with the helicopter. Hopefully it'll work.
15 seconds.
So I call this drilling. Okay, that didn't quite work in the sense that he just fell off anyway. But what you can do is if you fly above a worm, keep shooting. Obviously you'll do damage to the worm, but you can actually drill through the terrain. If you do it in the right spot, you can just take out all the land beneath them so they fall in the water. Dispera is in the chat. It says, oh man, you guys stream? Neat. We do indeed stream. Welcome to the stream and thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. We do this stream every week from 6:30 UK time to 7:30 UK time. Don't ask me to translate that into any other time zones because I am absolutely rubbish. AstroCat17 says, I feel the grenade is the most important weapon to be skilled with because it does a lot of damage when you master it. And I am not that skilled with it, but because you said that, I'm going to give it a go. Let's go for a crafted variant. Oh, I just ran out of time. There's someone setting a sheep down there. That's crazy. Crazy cats.
Make mom and pop proud.
Team players. So we got Snoop here. Just thinking about a barrel. Having a look around. Gets out what looks like a cluster grenade. He's going for a fly. Aha! He's got an unwanted present, so this is a new weapon for Worms W.M.D. It's kind of like a grenade in that you can set the countdown timer on it, but you just place it. So it's like a mixture of grenade and dynamite. So for instance, you can set it to go for 4 turns and place it there and wait because you know that a worm is coming to get you or something like that. Maybe you're a Darksider and you tunnel in and you don't want anyone to be able to come and get you, so you just set an unwanted present with a couple turns on it so that by the time they get to you, it will blow up. I mean, it's going to be a hard one to master, I reckon, but I'm really excited to see what the community does with it, basically. Ah, the dodgy phone battery backfired on Gav. You can see it leaps between the different worms. VG Pod 36. I used to be really good with grenade timing in Armageddon back in 1999/2000. I must have gotten old since then. Right, it's me again. Let's use the mine strike that I crafted. What colour am I? I'm blue, aren't I? So this seems like a good place to drop it. Different style of aeroplane flying over. And the mines are just going crazy. They've actually mostly bounced away from the area.
You're dead. You hear me?
Jazga, yay, AI is still as bad as it was 20 years ago. No, I'm kind of playing this on a slightly easy setting. You can ramp up the AI and they will, you know, respond.
Oh, yeah.
You can get them doing amazing shots, or you can have them kind of struggling a little bit. And there's the in-between as well. Blitz Striker 52. How much will this game cost at launch? I don't actually have that information. Sorry, pal. But we will be announcing the release date and price, hopefully soon. What else are you all saying in the chat? May 2002 says, I made a video to see how to use the unwanted present in a good way.
I'll do it.
I'll have to check that out. Music, games and video, when's it out? Thank you for joining us in the chat, music, games and video. We don't have a release date just yet, but we won't leave you waiting too much longer. We do really appreciate your patience, because I know it is taking a little while. I think when we originally announced the game, we were saying it was going to come out at the beginning of the year. But we want to do this right. We don't release Worms games that often, and we, you know, when we do it, we want to do it properly. Fiddy, what's Fiddy thinking about? Hey Gustav, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you in the chat. So I don't know what Fiddy's up to. He's clearly thinking about something. World's greatest boss is in the chat. Thank you for being the world's greatest boss. I do appreciate it. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Danny and I'm Team 17's community manager. It's quite often that you'll see Jonno doing these streams, but occasionally I get to run the show when he's not around. So he's in E3, well, in LA for E3 at the moment. We are playing Worms W.M.D. Lobo says, yeah, I lost a bet on the release date. Sorry, pal. Whoa, someone just dropped a concrete donkey. I was not expecting that. Right on the helicopter as well. Oh, yeah, mine. Yeah, Catman's mine. That is cool. The sentry turret was getting involved then as well. There was a mine involved. So one thing that I do want to emphasise to all you teamsters in the chat, wow, this is a precarious position, I'm just slightly on the edge, is that for to make this a bit more interesting, I've gone full wormage and I've got loads of ingredients, but it won't be kind of that simple when you're actually playing the game proper for yourself. We do realise that a lot of these weapons are very powerful, so you have to move around the map, collect the crafting crates. Will that make it through?
What you doing in the army, boy?
Just a little bit too deep. But yeah, you have to collect all the crafting crates to get the ingredients, and there is quite a high cost. And one thing that you can do is, if there's weapons that you're not fond of using or you don't need in that specific scenario, you can dismantle those for ingredients, which you can then use to build new weapons.
Not getting any younger here.
Gavin Alarth is going swimming.
No,
there we go. Doris just brutally fire punched him. Mufta, would you guys ever consider matching the roping mechanics from Worms Armageddon? It seems since then the rope mechanics have always been different and more frustrating to use. I think the reason people still play Worms Armageddon 17 years later is because of the rope mechanics. Well, I don't think you've been following Worms W.M.D too closely then, because one of the things that we've said right from the start of the project is that we're not remaking the mechanics of Armageddon, but so much of the physics and the feel, kind of feel in quotes because it's kind of a bit of an abstract context.
Remember me, you little punk?
So much of it is based on Worms Armageddon. This isn't a Worms Armageddon remake because there's plenty of new stuff and plenty of different things, but the rope is basically the exact same thing. I've had so many people come up to us at events and they start playing and they're like, wow, this is like muscle memory, which is exactly what we're going for. So the rope is basically the rope that you're used to. Don't apologise, Mufta. Just an ordinary fella. If the rope can be used to get anywhere, then I'm good. I'll tell you what, we need to get some roping going. I'm probably going to hideously embarrass myself, but we'll go for it. See if I can show you a new rope as well. If I've got the ingredients. Let's go, Ninja Rope Pro.
This is how you craft.
VG Pod 36, that rope news makes me so happy. I'm glad that it makes you happy. And like Thurston's just pointed out, 3 different ropes available.
That looks perfect.
Although it just strikes me, I'm going to actually not use the one I just crafted. I'm going to use the standard one for the minute. Steamore, who's making the music? I spoke about him slightly earlier on in the stream. Ollie Wood, who is, as I've said many a time, basically a musical genius. A super cool and humble dude. He makes a lot of the music for Team 17 games, which I love, especially the Escapist soundtrack. How many of you guys in the chat play the Escapist? Let's get in here a little bit. Let's try and do... Okay, let's go over here. So at the moment, I'm just going to try and demonstrate the worm mechanics. And yes, good stuff. I'm playing... Actually, no, I'm playing with an Xbox 360 controller. An Xbox One controller would work. It's just because I happen to have this one at my desk. So, let's embarrass myself. Although saying that's... I'm running out of time. Okay. See, I told you I completely embarrassed myself, but I will do a bit more roping in a minute. G-Dog's for some reason just dancing.
Let's hope it lands north of the border.
Okay, so a few people have got the Escapist. In fact, World's Greatest Boss, who is indeed the world's greatest boss, I can attest to that, actually streams the Escapist, which is something I like to hear. A few of you have got it but haven't played it much. Now, I recommend, if you want to get to grips with the Escapist, because it's a super hard game actually, YouTube is your best friend when it comes to that. YouTube will teach you everything, especially, I don't know, off the top of my head, Jacksepticeye is a really good series. Paul Swords Jr., Markiplier, so all the kind of the really cool guys have great Escapist series. Astrocat 17, I can't wait to rope around landscapes with the old rope mechanics, just to think of all the awesome moves you could pull off. Yeah, so, like I said, I'm kind of a little bit rubbish with the rope, but I'm getting better. I'm slowly mastering poling. But it is, as far as, you know, so many people that have played the game, it's kind of the same rope that people have been using for years. Team Gav, prepare to fire. So whilst Team Gav is going, I'm going to look at the crafting menu, see if there's anything I can craft. So at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you have the ingredients. Now, unfortunately, I barely have any ingredients because I haven't been going around collecting the crafting crates. Bastion, the things I've done for some duct tape. I know where you're coming from, dude. I know where you're coming from. Moobot is once again in the chat saying, become a Teamster, hit that follow button. I certainly would appreciate it. I would personally appreciate it if you do hit that follow button. Right, enter the tank. Do I want to be in the tank? Probably. Good. Jumping.
Right, who wants to go for a spin?
See if I can get up this possibly to... No, there's no way it's going to happen. I'm going to jump out and go for the helicopter. Actually, change my mind. I'm going to go classic. How would tank versus prod work out? That would certainly be an interesting scenario. Let's go, yeah, baseball bat. Because sometimes you just can't beat the classics. I was kind of hoping Gavin would skim a bit there. Thurston, reminds me of the Mako from Mass Effect. I was always fond of the Mako. I thought the Mako got a lot of unnecessary hate. But, who knows, maybe it was a bit rubbish. Hammer Fan says, I like how the vehicles become colour-coded when someone gets in it. Yep, we just thought it would kind of slightly help differentiate who's in what. So you can see there's a green player in that tank, so it's got the green star and the green paint job.
Bang it.
Hammer fan. Also, damn, those tanks have some traction. Yeah. Where is it? Oh yeah, I had that one kind of pretty high up on the hill. We'll be picking out a winner of this week's raffle very shortly.
Watch this, laddie.
Carrot Cot says those tank physics are so magnificent.
Oh.
Like, the first time you get in a tank and jump, it's kind of ridiculous. It's a good feeling. So one of the cool things about the vehicles as well is that because we didn't want to make them overpowered, anyone can hijack your vehicle at any point. So you're not safe just because you're in a vehicle, even though it does kind of add an extra level of damage protection. Someone can literally walk up to you, jump in your vehicle, you know, be it a helicopter or a tank, like move a little bit and then just shoot you. So we wanted that to be kind of a competitive part of it, you know. I've just pointed out that someone has commented on the destruction to the terrain. And we're seeing an OMG strike. Wow. I wasn't even paying attention. Steps is in the chat. I'm super happy to see you, Steps. How you doing? Sorry, I somehow completely missed your earlier messages. And yeah, just in case you missed it, there's that damage to the terrain. No comment, obviously. The raffle will be announced, the winner will be announced shortly. The US military is very interested in this tank jumping technology. It kind of reminds me of the Batmobile. That was a bit rough, G-Dog.
I'll get you.
Jarzka, I think you're talking about the OMG strike. Right, let's go for... What should we go for?
Oh, what are you
I'm gonna
doing?
go... No, oh, just seen what I've got. Carpet bomb. This is one of my favourite weapons. Now, this might just fall in the water. I hope it won't. Got a little van driving there. The carpet bombs are absolutely ridiculous. They're so good. Skimming is in the game. It's just I probably wasn't that good at hitting it.
You just signed your own death warrant, Private.
I love that. Just seeing that close up with it. So you can see Gav is still inside the tank, and he survived that because the tank gave him that extra protection. Although, oh, I forgot about that. The tank does blow up though, so you're not invincible if you're in a tank. Team players. Like I said, you can craft between goes, so I'm going to pop in. Not got much, so what I'm going to do is take a weapon that I'm probably not going to use. Dismantle the holy hand grenade, and this will give me more ingredients so that next go I can craft something that I do want. Larketh is in the chat, and they said, I just noticed how the sprites change in the water and it looks amazing. After all these years, it actually looks like water. Thank you very much for the kind words. We did spend a lot of time working on water and the way that the worms interact with it, the way it looks, and the way it changes between different maps. It's a small detail, but an important one. Someone's just brought down an airstrike. Ooh, that was brutal. Steps. It's great that there are instant replays. I hope that means it will be easier to implement replay files. That's not currently in the game. It is something that we are looking into, though. First, an email strike sounds good, or possibly spam. Spam, 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 spam. That would be funny. Right. Let's get back. Actually, tell you what. Let's go crazy.
I got all day, man.
Now, I'm not doing this to cause any damage because, frankly, I won't. But hopefully I can show you. Sheep on the rope. That's my own dude. I wonder if I can get out there. Whoa. That was almost actually quite impressive. But there's a little sneak peek at the sheep on the rope. I reckon if I had the time and the patience, I could have actually got it over that. But it controls exactly like the rope does for the normal worm, but you can basically fling it around the map. Something about sudden death timers. Yeah, like I said, this is just a special demo build of the game. It doesn't have all the features in it. We just wanted to give you an entertaining live stream, which is why I've kind of gone for the full wormage scheme. I know a few of you are kind of concerned that adding in the vehicles and the turrets and the super weapons will make it unbalanced, but I just really want to emphasize that balance is something that we've really been paying attention to, and you do have to normally, when you're not playing this build, like earn all of these things. So for instance, with the crafting, go around, collect the crafting crates like this one just up there, and then that will give you the ingredients, and you've got to craft between goes and things like that. And if you happen to not like this at all, or you do like it but you don't want to play every game with crafting, when you do create multiplayer games, you can just switch crafting on or off, you can switch the vehicles on or off, you can set, if you do want it, how likely certain ingredients are likely to fall, whether there's going to be lots of vehicles or no vehicles, so it's all kind of customizable, because we want you to be able to play Worms the way you want to play Worms. Sheep on the rope, that is my new favourite thing. It says VG Pod 36. What else is interesting that I can show you briefly? Let's go for a super sheep, because super sheeps are fun. I've got to do it in a way that won't instantly blow me up. There we go. No. I don't actually know where I'm going with this sheep. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, that was rubbish.
Make Mom and Pop proud.
I think someone... Sorry, the chat was going quite fast, so I missed it, but I think someone was asking about the specs for playing WMD. We don't have minimum specs yet because we're still working on the game. We don't want to kind of give anyone any false information or get anyone's hopes up or anything like that. We will hopefully have news on that soon. But what I will say is you don't need an uber powerful beast mode machine to play it. We have, I've played it on my laptop, for instance, and my laptop's not that good. Jarzka, can we customize how many vehicles there are going to be on the map? Yes, you can. You can set whether there's a low probability, high probability, no vehicles, and I think off the top of my head you can set whether they're going to fall from the sky, because you can have them like weapon crates where they just drop from the sky. Larkef, I remember playing Worms Revolution online and someone made an invincible mode where you couldn't die but you had to destroy the landscape to kill one another. Is invincibility an option in multiplayer customizing options? I don't actually know. I'm sorry about that, and I can't check it in this version that I'm playing, but I will try and find out for next week's stream. Sorry about that, pal. Oh, whoa, sentry gun, I wasn't even paying attention there. I deserved that. I think we are actually coming up to the end of the stream, so what I'm going to do, probably won't be able to finish this match, but I'm going to pick a raffle winner. So I'll leave the match going in the background. I'm drawing a raffle winner. That's the drum roll. I can't drum roll. I can't really do any better than that.
Nice.
Larkef, that is very nice of you to say. Thank you very much, pal. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so the winner of this week's weekly worm is, let's announce it in the chat, just an ordinary fellow. Well played, even though it's completely random. Well earned. Thank you everyone else who entered though. Whoa, the OMG strike is going crazy. And that just... Somehow he survived and went very pink.
That was easy.
Not quite sure what happened there. There we go. He's on the tiniest bit of terrain. That's amazing. So, just an ordinary fellow. If you remember listening to the rules earlier, you need to name this here worm. You need to name this here worm. Before I can confirm that it's yours. Larka says, now name it! I can't repeat what Hammerfan just says because it's a little bit rude in terms of swearingness. I think he was quite shocked about how powerful that OMG strike was. Have we got a name yet? That's the thing. Have we got a name yet? In the meantime, I'm going to use a homing missile on this here fella.
I'll take you all on.
Need to get it over the top. Oh no, that was rubbish. I wasn't taking account of the wind. Have we got a name yet?
Get up, private.
Imiji Tuari says, looks like just an ordinary fellow can win worm plushies these days. I'm not sure if just an ordinary fellow is still in the chat or not, but I will have to... Oh, actually, is the name Bruh? Am I getting confused here? What's going on? I'm trying to be clever. Whoa. Okay, this is, I believe, the angry concrete donkey. So much stuff is going on. Look at how angry he looks. See, this is what happens when you literally just let the game play itself. They go crazy on each other. So the name of this week's weekly worm is That Boy. So congratulations, just an ordinary fellow. I'll be contacting you after the stream to get your details, or maybe tomorrow, depending on what time I actually leave the office. But I think that rounds off this week's Teamster Thursday. Thank you so much to everyone that joined us for this week's live stream. I really do enjoy... Wow, I just read a really horrible name in the chat. I'm going to ignore that. I really do enjoy being here and, you know, just chatting with you guys, playing games. I can't wait for Worms W.M.D to come out because we're going to get some live streams going where we'll be playing you. You can challenge us, absolutely humiliate me. Moobot is once again in the chat saying, become a Teamster, hit that follow button. I would appreciate that. Thurston, no, thank you, buddy. It was really good to see you. I'm hopefully going to be on the live streams a bit more often going forward. One thing I would like to say to you all, like I mentioned earlier on in the stream, the Worms W.M.D forum is open already on Steam. And it is kind of the best place to feedback about what you've seen so far on the game, what your expectations are, if you have any questions that I haven't answered in the stream. I'm in there every single day, even on weekends. So come in, say hello. Even if you're a console player and you don't normally, you know, use Steam for playing games, anyone can create a Steam account. So just pop in, just search for Worms W.M.D and pop into the forums. There's, like I said, the Worms community is amazing. So pop in, say hello. Thank you so much for all the kind comments in the chat. Some really lovely comments in there, so I do appreciate it. Make sure you join us next week, same time. Like I said, we do this each and every week. I don't think we've missed one for a very long time. So who's been in the chat? We've had Karate Cop, we've had VG Pod 36, we've had Mufta, we've had Astro Cat 17, we've had Red Team Gone, we've had Emoji Tawari, we've had Just an Ordinary Fellow, we've had Steamall, we've had Jarzko, we've had Fersen, we've had Lobo, we've had Chance the Stallion, we've had Hammer Fan, we've had Larkef, we've had Sershvan, we've had Steps, Fersen, all these wonderful people. Hopefully I will see you next week. This is like the longest ending ever. At some point we need someone playing music to get me off the stage. Right, on that note, I will finish, but thank you again and have a wonderful weekend. See you next week. This is kind of awkward. I should have really prepared for ending the stream before I said goodbye. I thought it was kind of an epic goodbye. Bye!